Okay, so now, um, hopefully the lecture that I just delivered online made some sense to you. And now I want you to start thinking about it in the context of your business. So if we were in class, that lecture would have taken us through the first half of the evening. And then I would have broken you up into teams, and each team would have been asked to work on exercise 2, which is getting you to start applying some of this thinking about opportunity evaluation to start applying it to your specific business project. So let me share screen again. And so here is exercise 2 that I call assessing the attractiveness of the opportunity. And in exercise 2, and this will be available to you on the class Canvas site. And so I'll put a link to it in the in module 4. You will find exercise 2. So what I'm going to ask you to focus on with your group as you work on this exercise, and see if you could find time to work together next week. We're going to look at the customer landscape, the competitor landscape, the industry trends, and we're going to summarize it. So I've broken this exercise into 5 different parts. All right. So part 1, we're assessing the customer landscape. Oh, I see something. Don't worry about vertical market of interest. Don't get confused by that. You can ignore that. But what I've done for this exercise, 3 columns. Column 1, I'm asking you questions about the customer landscape that you're about to face. For example, how many customers have the type of problem you have identified? I'm not asking you for a specific number, but are there a lot of customers that have this problem? It's a moderate amount, or a unique niche? So I'm asking, as you try to answer that question, hopefully with some research and some market validation, what do you think you know about your target customers? Um, so how many of them are out there? How would you answer this question based on what you think you know? And what impact will that have on the opportunity? Is it going to be when you start telling the story about how many customers that are out there, clearly, if you can demonstrate that there's a lot of people or companies out there that have the problem that you're talking about, uh, that would have a positive impact on your business, and it's probably a high impact. But if you're going after a very specific niche market with few customers that have the problem, well, that's going to have a negative impact on your ability to tell the story about your customers, and it'll have a high negative impact if you're really struggling with the customers. So I'm asking you to rate the impact of how you answer that question. Think of your ability to tell a credible story. Is it a high, moderate, or low impact on your ability to tell the story? And will it be a positive impact or a negative impact? So it really forces you to think deep about how you want to do this. How you would answer these questions. And this will give you some insights in terms of doing market research. So that's just one question of assessing the customer landscape. Is this going to be a stable or a declining set of customers? clearly, if your customers, I mean, well, I said, is this a growing, stable, or declining set of customers? So are there more and more people that tend to have this kind of a problem? So let's say charging stations for electric cars. As more and more people acquire electric cars, then more and more people are going to have a problem of where and how to charge electric cars versus you know, a market that tends to be declining. Fewer and fewer customers are having a particular problem. So what do you think you know about your target market customers, and how would you rate your ability to tell the story about the opportunity? Positive, negative, high, medium, or low impact? So as you can see, I'm asking you a full set of questions over 2 different pages of what you think you know and the impact on the opportunity as you try to evaluate these different questions that I pose about your customer landscape. Okay. Now, part 2 is dealing with assessing the competitor landscape. All right. And I'm asking the same thing. How well established are existing competitors? So what do you think you know about existing competitors? And here you're just going to put in bullet points about what you think you know, and hopefully some of it'll be based on market research. And I'm asking you to rate the impact based on when you're asked to tell the story about the competitor landscape. What do you think you know? And if you look at assessing the competitor landscape, again, I'm asking you a whole set of questions here that get you thinking more deeply about the kind of competitors you're about to face in the market. And then part 3 is industry trends. So what are some of the economic factors? Are there any government regulation or deregulation in certain areas that either can hinder or create an opportunity? What impact will changes and global diffusion of technology have on your industry? So these are all industry trends that could affect the viability of your business opportunity. So there's part 3. Now, part 4, I'm asking you to create a summary of your opportunity. Look at it. I gave you a slide earlier: durability, timeliness, state, strategic differential, all of these. There's a whole slide on these. And how does your opportunity meet each of these criteria? So how durable do you think your idea could be? And what impact will that have on your ability to tell the story about your business? And is it timely? Why do you think it's timely? Or how do you get around a late to the market kind of business play? And in part 5, I showed you that matrix earlier. Where would you classify your opportunity? Is it a known concept or a novel concept? Are you going after big revenue potential, or is it going to be small, very geographically focused kind of a business opportunity? So I will post exercise 2, and after listening to the lecture, see if you could find time to work together with your group, maybe on a Zoom call, or maybe you get together or something, and work on that. And I will see you again on September 29th okay, where our topic will be, we're going to switch from talking about problems worth solving and really characterizing your opportunity. We're going to switch from that to now getting into business model design. So I suggest that you read through the business model design. This is, if you look at it, the business model generation, there's a free online version of, and I look at it in the course materials section of this syllabus. But you can find a free online version of business model generation that walks you through the business model canvas if you've never seen it before. So I will see you on September 29th. Reach out to me if you have any questions in the interim. So hopefully that will keep you on pace with what we're doing in the course, so that when I come back and see you, we can just pick up where we left off. And I'll see you soon. Take care.